roof look like a no-show. Got diamonds by the bolo. Come with the Tony Homo for clowns and all the balls. Oh, I ain't be going psycho. Lil' mama bad like Michael. Can't really trust nobody with all this.
Across the middle, Smith-Schuster running for that sideline, taking as much as he can. Then he breaks away. Now he cuts it up the middle. Still on his feet, looking for some help. Inside the 15 and all the way to the 10-yard line.
Timeout if you're Pittsburgh. Timeout, Pittsburgh. This is incredible. It's a crossing route, and he comes underneath real flat, and he gets away.
Richards missed him.
Yes, and Eric Rowe just can't run with him. And Schuster, the rookie, Smith-Schuster, I mean, I can't believe that happened.
I mean, it looked like it was going to be about a 10, 15-yard gain, and it turns into a nearly 70-yard play as he gallops past the Patriots and cuts it back down to the 10-yard line. And they, of course, do use their last timeout with 34 seconds to go.
Hayward Bay, he's going to motion probably over here, or there's some funky play they got faking it to him.
To the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Jesse James. 2 plays, they take it the distance. I don't know why this is taking so long to review it, because clearly Harmon's nowhere close to him. Unless they're looking at the football, did it wiggle or anything to the ground? Well, it looks like a touchdown to me.
So on the very long play, when Smith-Schuster was coming down, Le'Veon Bell gets a double block on the sideline.
Are they looking at the football, possibly losing control here?
Oh, that's what it is, Jim. They don't think he caught it. Oh, boy. Let's see that again now. That's exactly right.
I mean, he's got, is that
Does
possession?
he maintain control right here? He's got to maintain possession. Does that bobble in his... Oh. Guys, that's... Did he have control?
We've had this discussion almost every week about how sensibility comes in. Is it a catch? Does it look like a catch?
This one's tough. I mean, this could go either way. That ball moves in his hand.
Here he goes. 3rd down play. Fakes the spike. Still has it. Now fires. And it's intercepted. It's intercepted to save the game by Harmon. And the Patriots are going to win it. Absolutely amazing.
You have to throw a fade right there, Ben. There's too many people inside.
That was Rowe who batted it into the air, and Harmon who grabbed it.
Rowe comes up with that right there. And Rowe's the guy who gave up the long play. And to come back and make that play and save the game.
Stafford's throw, catch made, touchdown Lions! It's Golden Tate, and they lead for the first time today. Scoring plays reviewed, and does he cross the goal line clearly before he's down with possession of the football? Sure looks that way. Let's bring in our rules analyst, working with Mike Pereira, Dean Blandino, who made these calls from New York for the league last year and is with Fox. And Dean, your view of this?
Yeah, the key is the knee is down. He has control of the football, and he's touched. The ball is short of the goal line. If it's me looking at this, I'm going to make this short of the goal line. And since the ruling on the field stopped the clock, we're overturning it to a running clock. We have a 10-second runoff. And since Detroit's out of timeouts, the game is over.
You would have the guts to make that call?
I'm saying that now in the comfort of the Fox studio, that I would have the guts to make that call.
Not here in Detroit at Ford Field. Wow, the runoff is a great point, Dean, that I don't think most of us would have thought about.
That's it, exactly. The rule is if you go from a stop clock to a running clock inside 2 minutes, then there's a 10-second runoff. And since Detroit is out of timeouts, they can't save that 10 seconds.
Now, you've watched with us, and we're trying to show as many angles as we can to the viewer, Dean. There's enough to overturn this because there's been a tendency, as you know, to go with the call on the field unless it's clear and indisputable and without a doubt.
And that's a great point, Chris. It has to be clear in order to overturn. Like I said, if I'm looking at this, I think he's short.
All right, here comes the call.
Let's see what they say.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is changed. The runner was touched down at the half-a-yard line. He was short of the goal line. By rule, we would go back to a running clock and we have a 10-second runoff. So by rule, the game is over.
You can't end a game that way. I mean, that's just an unusual way to end a game.
It's very unusual, but that is the rule.
Has this happened before, Dean, in your years of calling a game, officiating?
Not like this, not with replay. We have had injuries inside of 2 minutes, but this was a result of a play 5-6 years ago that happened where we didn't have the 10-second runoff, and the committee felt that wouldn't be fair to give the team another snap.
Into the corner. Touchdown, Calvin Johnson. Unbelievable throw by Hill and a miraculous catch. Leaping high over Bowman by Calvin Johnson. And the Lions, who had one, are they saying, wait a minute, are now they overruling and saying he did not get it in bounds? The officials gathered down in the corner after the initial indication of touchdown.
The ruling on the field is that the runner did not complete the catch during the process of the catch. It is an incomplete pass. It will be third down, Detroit.
We talked about this with the officials before the game today. The process is a key word.
And you've got to continue through the play.
We will now review the previous play.
And for those of you that want to know, when the ball comes down here and touches the ground, he has to then maintain possession of the ball through the completion of the entire process.
As we look at it here, is this a second act? Is that, we talk about control, and now if a receiver lunges for the end zone or shows the second act, is that a second act?
Here's the call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It is an incomplete pass. It will be Detroit's ball, 3rd and 10 on the 25-yard line, and the ball will be placed on the hash mark nearest the Chicago Bears.
A section of the end zone with as many Seahawks as you can and give someone a chance.
Rice is 6'4", Moore is 6'6". They're out to the right. Tate's the lone receiver to the left. The Packers playing at the goal line as Wilson scrambles to keep it alive. The game's final play is a Wilson lob to the end zone, which is fought for by Tate with Jennings simultaneous. Who has it? Who they give it to? Touchdown! One guy goes up, touchdown. The other said no time. Has to be looked at because it's a score. Still have an official down there in the pile looking.
It's Russell Wilson.
They're fighting down at the bottom of the pile with Jennings still down there. Tate off the pile with the ball. We must have a definitive call. There was one touchdown signal. The Seahawks have won!
Previous play is under review.
You can't go to replay to determine who caught the ball. So that call has to be made on the field. You see the one guy go up touchdown and the other go timeout like it's a pick.
How does M.D. Jennings not get credit for the interception? I have no idea.
It looks like Jennings has the ball there. Let me bring in Jerry Austin. Very interesting. Seattle's in celebration mode here.
They go high. Jennings has the ball. He's bringing it in. When he gets to the ground, he's got it against his body, and Tate then pulls it away.
He's got two hands on it. The other one looked like it was a Jennings ball. But this official here, Jerry, goes up and signals touchdown. And see the other one going with that signal you would give for an interception, correct?
A touchback, yes.
This is the most bizarre sequence you'll ever see at the end of the game. Let's watch the feet of Jennings. They're certainly inbounds. He had more of the ball as he comes down, and like you said, it's against his body.
Golden Tate gets away with one of the most blatant offensive pass interference calls I've ever seen. M.D. Jennings intercepts the pass, and Tate's walking out here as the player of the game. And unbelievable.
By rule, there must be an extra point try.
Aaron Rodgers is trying to figure out what's going on. The Packers are back on their sideline. The Seahawks have been moved back. They're now clearing the field.
Mike McCarthy's not going to believe this one. Watch Golden Tate push off. He's going to run down the field. He's going to push off and give himself a chance to play the ball. They rarely call OPI on the last play of the game. We've been saying that for years. But Tate is going to push off on Shields. And for the life of me, I don't know how M.D. Jennings doesn't have credit for an interception.
To me, it feels like a Jennings interception. And so here comes the referee now, who's looked at it under the hood. This is deciding who wins the game on this call.
Further review, the call on the field stands. Touchdown. Game is over.
Seahawks win in the most bizarre finish you'll ever see.
Bryant wide to the left side. 4th down and 2.
And this could be the game.
At the Green Bay 32 with under 5 minutes in the game. Blitz is coming. He throws a deep ball to the left side, and the ball is Bryant caught the ball. I do not know how Des Bryant accomplished that physical feat.
Wow, you talk about confidence in the guy. Tony Romo had it there.
Oh my goodness!
You're the baddest motherfucker in the planet. All right, if we don't score here, you got to go do it again.
A sensational catch, my goodness, by Des Bryant over Sam Shields. Unbelievable.
They have thrown the challenge flag. What are they challenging?
I think they're challenging the catch.
Should be touchdown.
Hey, that's a catch.
Is that touchdown though?
No, it was ball hit before he got the line.
Well, okay. Is he on the one though?
If he caught him.
I see the ball jarred loose, but it is not ever out of his control. I don't think the ball ever touches the ground.
There's no question the ball pops up, but I thought his hand was under it at the time.
I did too.
I got to see one that tells me something differently, you know?
After review, it has been determined that the receiver did not maintain possession of the football. I tried to reach over the goal line. Why is that not a catch? I tried to reach over the goal line.
This is the end of a remarkable Dallas Cowboys season, and yet all there is to feel is disappointment.